Hello and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel. Need to have a discussion with those on the right. Those on the left, you already know all this information. You're welcome to stay if you'd like. But no new information for you. Those on the right, you need to listen up. You need to know what's about to happen. Biden says the rioters who stormed the Capitol were domestic terrorists. President-elect says Trump supporters who attacked the legislative complex were insurrectionists, not protesters, clearly proving it's in the eye of the beholder. And the person that owns those eyes is about to control everything. The House, the Senate, and the presidency, and they're going to get rid of the filibuster. There will be nothing to stop them. Nothing whatsoever. So listen up, righties. You're in deep doo-doo. Not just living your lives. No. I made the comment yesterday at work, and I said, probably shouldn't joke about this because, as righties do know, the things you joke about of the left, they hear you, and they like, ooh, that's a good idea, and they actually enact them. And so, the joke was, and here it comes, well, I wouldn't be surprised a bit if they don't start rounding up Republicans and just sending them off to the final solution. By Biden saying, with all the power that he's about to be given, and I don't mean powers of mental acuity because those are gone, when he says that they are insurrectionists and terrorists, not protesters, that totally gives them the power to do exactly what I suggested yesterday. They can now start rounding up Republicans as insurrectionists, as terrorists, not protesters. They can start rounding them up now. They can now deem them, and don't forget what Lindsey Graham said that I've played many times on this channel. God help us all if they get power, when he said that at the Kavanaugh hearings. And then they did get power. And then they did impeach Trump on no charges whatsoever. Now they want to impeach him again. And I'm sorry, once again, on no charges whatsoever. I listened to his speech. He did not incite a riot. He didn't even come close. So once again, it's all crap. And the fact of the matter is, they're about to take over full 100% power. So whether it's crap or not doesn't matter, because in their eyes, it is not protest anymore. In their eyes, the same eyes that are controlled by the same body that wields the axe in any direction they prefer now. And we know which direction they prefer. They're telling us, oh, those weren't protests. Those weren't even peaceful protests because you didn't start a fire. Remember, Black Lives Matter taught us, you have to start fires. You must start fires if you want to get the political endorsements. You must start fires if you want to get the commercial endorsements. You must start fires if you want to have your name on the back of jerseys. You must start fires if you want your names on the end of basketball courts and in baseball arenas, etc. Sorry, man. Those Trump people or whoever it was, because now we do know Antifa was there. We do know BLM was there in the Capitol during the storming. Yep, they didn't start fires. So sorry, guys. No starting fires, no commercial endorsements. That's the way that works, apparently. Well, now, here's what we're in for. Righties, because lefties, you're just here as an observer. You already know this. You can't wait. You're salivating at, oh, you better believe we're going to round you guys up. You thought critical race theory was all we had in mind? No. Think France, terror. Think France, great terror. Think France, the Great Terror 2, the sequel, for the handful that are left. Breaking news. President Trump said will not attend President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. That's too bad. He really should have. Democrats intensify calls to remove Trump after the Capitol riot. He's got like 13 days left. No, I don't even think he has that many days left. Absolutely stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. The Wall Street Journal is going to really need to consider renaming itself the Woke Street Journal. It has flipped on a dime along with all of the other media, from protest and peaceful protest to, let's see, what did Peggy Noonan say? Good old Peggy Noonan. She said, where is it? Tom Cotton? Oh, we'll get to you. There she is. Bring the insurrectionist to justice. Sorry, Woke Street Journal. Tom Cotton. Yeah, the same Tom Cotton that 4 days ago was part of the alliance to argue against the accepting of the Biden count. The same one. Now look what he says. He too says insurrection demands forceful response. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the right, Peggy Noonan, who says she's on the right, she wants you in jail. Tom Cotton, he wants you not only in jail, he wants a forceful response. Well, force means more than jail. Sorry, it does. Force, science talk, baby. To push or pull. Let's see what else this woke Street Journal has. You need to know this. You need to know you just lost the Wall Street Journal. Okay? You've lost. We already know that the mainstream press, look at this, how the media flipped the script on protest after the Capitol riot. Here are some examples of the hypocrisy. And you can dig into these articles yourself if you want more of the details, and you can look them up. So here's what we've got. Get down here. Media drops the rationalization of violence in favor of condemnation. Because we know we just spent 8-9 months of hearing how lovely and wonderful riots were. You can even not get the COVID if you go out there and riot. The violent intrusion into the Capitol was met, and don't forget, this happened in 2018 with Kavanaugh. And nobody was killed. They didn't use live bullets. Did they use live bullets over the BLM riots? Over the summer? At any other time? No, they used those stupid little rubber pellets. No, they used an actual bullet and it went through that lady's head yesterday, or her neck. 35 years old. 3 terms in Afghanistan or Iraq. It was overseas. And she gets killed in the Capitol by a live bullet. Why were they using live bullets? Why did they kill Trump supporters? And they didn't even arrest the Black Lives Matter supporters, and they give them commercial endorsements. I know, they started fires. The violent intrusion into the Capitol was met with near universal condemnation worldwide. Yes, it was. What about all the stuff before? Don't say what about. Oh yes, I will say what about. That's why the scales of justice have 2 sides. One side is what did you do, and the other side is what about the other side. Sorry, lefties, you ain't getting away with that on my watch. Worldwide, including virtually every media outlet, broadcaster, and commentator. Yes. And you don't have to be woke to recognize, guys, this was a really stupid idea. And I don't mean just not starting the fires. I mean doing it at all. Yet the language on display from much of the media yesterday was a sharp departure from the rhetoric displayed by journalists last summer at the height of the Black Lives Matter-led riots and violence that gripped the country intermittently, sorry, you know what it is, you can say it, several months. At the time, many reporters, commenters, and news organizations took pains to contextualize, rationalize, and in some cases, soften their coverage of those riots. Nearly 20 people died in the civil unrest in its first 2 weeks, which caused billions of dollars in damage to businesses, homes, and other property, turning some urban centers into fiery wastelands and sending business owners scrambling to fortify their shops against destruction. They messed up the desk and they threw some papers around in the Capitol. That was wrong. They didn't start fires. In early June, CNN host Chris Cuomo argued at the time that protesters should not be expected to be polite and peaceful during the demonstration. And there's the quote. I don't want to read it because you've heard it a million times. In the midst of Wednesday's Capitol riots, the same Cuomo appeared to have sharply changed his tune. Now he said, "Those who stoked the flames must be remembered." They didn't start fires, Cuomo. They didn't start fires. There are no flames. They fed lies and moved people to exactly what we are seeing. He wrote on Twitter, "This is what you all pushed for," he wrote, referring to Trump-aligned conservatives. Stoked agitated, deceived, so angry, all us versus them. And this is where it led, as you all knew it might. He further referred to the riot as the low point in modern history. All those fires, mostly peaceful riots, mostly peaceful murders. Yeah. And now look, the reason this matters, and there's plenty more examples down here that you can check out if you want to go to that article. You get even more detail over here from Issues and Insights with the left's hypocrisy on full display. Again, now it's insurrection. Even by the Republicans, they're calling it insurrection. Guys, we're going down in flames. That we didn't start the fire. We didn't start the fire. Analysis. Media have okay. Why does all this matter? Oh, and there's more. And there's more. Coverage of the Capitol Hill. So all of these people are kind of going, hey, you guys, what happened? You were saying 5 seconds ago that this was a beautiful thing, and you are our role models, and so we went to copy you, and now you're saying we did naughty. Well, I need you to understand, righties, is that's the way it's going to be going forward. And they are going to round up those on the right. They're promising to, right here, domestic terrorist, legislative complex were insurrectionists, not protesters. You see these beady little eyes? These beady little eyes that can barely see anymore, that go into this empty shell up here. Yeah, they've determined, and they have the power of the presidency, the House of Representatives, and the United States Senate. And soon the overwhelmed and overpacked Supreme Court, and the 57 states of America as they keep piling on new states to get new senators. They're going to come after you, and Peggy Noonan has already decided which side she wants to be on when they start counting heads. She's on the side, oh no, they're the insurrectionists. What did Peter say? I've never heard of Jesus. I don't know who that is. No, I saw you with him. No, I don't have a clue who you're talking about. Hey, Peggy Noonan, aren't you one of those Republicans? No, I don't know who those are. Those Republicans are insurrectionists. And I work on NBC News now. I'm a good one. I'm on your side. Yeah, remember when they tried that during the riots in Seattle? Hey, dude, I'm on your side. Don't trash our building. And then they trashed his building. Yeah, they don't care. They don't. And Tom Cotton. Oh, no, I'm not one of those Republicans anymore. But Tom, we saw you with him yesterday. No, that wasn't me. No, they're insurrectionists. Don't be surprised to lick if they don't come and round us all up. I've got a YouTube channel. They're going to come and get me. You're watching the YouTube channel. You've stayed with it for all these minutes. They're coming for you. It's not really a joke anymore. God help us all if they get power. They just got all the power. All of it. We'll see you in whatever the future offers until it stops offering us, which apparently the clock is